When the stress of your day is too hard to wear, and the stress on your shoulders is too hard to bear, when I stop and stare, I stop to care as you fall from your climb. Even when it's hard, you're not breaking. The weight on your shoulders, you could take it. And if you reach it, you can make it. Time to rise and shine. Get a diamond in the rough. Get a gold link in the cuff. You'll grow once you show you've had enough. Time to rise and shine. Through the storms of the weather, you'll meet a bird of the same feather and show true strength of coming together. Time to rise and shine. Through my ups and my downs, I'll add up my smiles and my frowns. Recognize my loyalty is the crown. Time to rise and shine. The depth of perception is lost to majority of collection as we go through a character recession. Time to rise and shine. Cause you could get diamonds out of coal, and you could search a river for some gold, and you know you're worth more than both of those. Time to rise and shine. He helps those who help themselves. Recognize the prizes before wealth. Bow your head and pray if you ever need help. Time to rise and shine. 3200.
So, Mike Jack, where you been?
Unfortunately, past 2 years, 2.5 years, I was incarcerated. I was in custody. So, yeah, just going through trials and tribulations, man, going through hardships. So, just kind of.
Physically in custody or like house arrest?
I was physically in custody and house arrest. So, a little bit of both, man. I was fighting the case. It was looking pretty ugly, but I ended up beating it. Took 2 years. But yeah, that's where I've been, man. Just kind of going through my hardships, trying to find a way back home, man.
So, during that process, what helped you through it?
Honestly, just being strong, man. Honestly, just telling myself I'm strong enough to get through it. We know God ain't gonna hand you a battle he can't handle. So just telling myself, you know, God got me. I'm going through this for a reason. It's not for no reason. Yeah. You know, just telling myself I'm strong. We're strong enough. So
Did you did that really kind of those feelings then? Did you put that into the music you were working at that point, or?
For sure. I mean, anything I go through gets put into the music. So whether that's anger, whether that's sadness, whether that's any type of emotion, I like to put that in the music. That's, you know, it's a positive outlet. So.
Awesome. What would you say was the hardest point during all of that? If there has been one point where you're like, man, this is.
I would say the feeling of failure, whether that's failing myself, failing my kids, my career, my city, just kind of feeling like I fell short. And that shit, I've been through that feeling most of my life, you know, falling short or, you know, giving up on this or that or the third or failing, period. So that was probably the thing that stuck with me the most, is just feeling like I failed.
What would you say most people kind of get confused about you at this moment?
A lot of people think like I'm just this mean ass dude or like this hyper aggressive, loudmouth kind of guy. But you know, that's a side I show to the world through my music. You know, that's a monster I keep locked away. You know what I'm saying? Going back to, that's how I let out my emotions through the music. But I'm a cool dude, man. Cool as inside of your pillow, man. So
what did it feel like, man, when everything was done? When it was all over?
a breath of fresh air, man. A lot of weight off my shoulders, feeling like for the most part I got another chance. You know what I'm saying? Make things right. And then, you know, just.
You know, I was used to stuff where I'm like, if this gets over, I'm going to do this one thing. What was that one thing you told yourself that you were going to do?
One thing I told myself I was going to do is keep the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether I pick up something else to do or get back to right where I left off, it's just keeping the main thing, man, and loving what I do and not taking it for granted, you know? So, yeah.
I feel like when you go through those moments of like where life's really trying you, have like, it's almost like this bit of clarity where like, fuck, this is what I should have focused on. Did you have that moment?
For sure. I definitely felt like I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out for a second. And if I can take any accountability, that's where I fucked up.
Just elaborate on that. 1 foot out, 1 foot in. What do you mean by that?
you know, 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot in the music. You know what I'm saying? I said this before on tape a while back. You know, I think I was in Oakland when I said this when I was on tour. Y'all have 2 feet in now. You know, that's what's going. That's what's going to get you to where you need to be. Is just having 2 feet in, not 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because that don't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Having 2 feet in, you're locked in. We keep it the main thing, the main thing. So that's definitely where I slipped up at.
You know, being committed to one thing, rather, you know, committed to two different things that don't necessarily help each other. You know, one, they both require a certain amount of energy and they don't help each other. Were the people you had to leave behind? You know, kind of, was there some battles like that with the people you were around based on, you know?
For sure, there's definitely definitely a handful of people I had to leave behind there. You know, just kind of looking at it like cutting loose ends. So just kind of looked at it like that.
You know, I've had these situations where, like, it's not like I like the people, but it's just like these paths don't. Is that what we're talking about, or is they just like, nah, man, these are bad people? It's not. Was it?
I mean, a little bit of both. You know, whether that's bad for my spirit or just bad for my focus. I just felt like I kind of put myself around not the best type of energy in the world. You know what I'm saying? I took my focus on what gave me the best energy in the world. So, trying. So you still the mad people, I would say, you know, just not realizing who really got my back and who don't. So
Yeah. And the reason why I'm asking you this is because I think it's important for people to understand the commitment to a craft. And a lot of times people understand it, like, you know, it's not necessarily that it's bad. It's like that these two things aren't working together. It's like you have to have this level of commitment to this to make this work. There can't be any other thoughts of it. You gotta breathe it. So you feel that more now, like kind of with your music and stuff like that. Like
sure, it's everything. And then, like you said, it's like it's part of the reason why I feel like I'm breathing right now. So it's like it's a part of the reason why I still make it a mission to be sharp, making sure I have a goal. Just trying to be a better man than I was yesterday.
you feel like you're gonna, you know, this new music's really gonna encompass a lot of that story, that change.
For sure. Whether that's just pure energy, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be you gonna feel it. Like, oh, shout out my nigga Frecioso, man, rest in peace, man. He always taught me, man, like, if you gonna say something, no, you don't want him to just hear you want him to feel you too. So, you know, a lot of everything I've been through, a lot of the anger, the sadness, the whole nine, is getting put through the music, into the music for sure.
So, like, when you just kind of dive a little deeper into the rapping element, when you're rapping, what's your overall goal? Is this like to bend, you know, survive, to win? Or what's your thoughts on it?
It's kind of everything, man. Vibe, rap, make a person feel good, whatever it is. I kind of just use the music and use my voice as a way to connect to people. So, yeah, with that, it's kind of all of them, man.
Yeah.
Vibe, trauma, anger, you know, all of it, it all goes into it.
Which is, you know, it's interesting because I think so this newer stuff I've been hearing is more, I don't want to like give it layering than you know, I think it's kind of what rap needs with this, like, it's fun, but it has a real aggressive feel. I'm not trying to relate you to this, but it reminds me of the energy I felt when I heard crunk music for the first time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that, like, fuck, man, it's like, you really want, you know, like back in the days where you like couldn't play, you know, throw it up because people would just go crazy but I feel like the new music you have, you know, embraces a lot of that. So I think it's like, that's pretty cool. You don't just put your voice, you know, feel like, oh, you know, it's in your voice. It's not just in the lyrics. Your strength as an artist and a vocalist and really getting that physical feeling across. You know, it's not just in the actual lyrics. So sure.
I'm inspired by the whole crunk era, like Lil Jon, the East Side Boys, and you know, that whole era right there play a big role in the why I got a lot of energy. Sometimes you ask myself, man, where this shit come from? You know what I'm saying? But I had to look back, like, who you grew up on, who really grew up around.
So coming home, Nero likes to talk about it. You feel the fakeness, the quietness?
For sure. I felt it all, man. I kind of still don't know how to feel about it, but I don't think too much of it no more, just because like that's not what drives me. Is what's real with fake. You know what I'm saying? What drives me is I have another opportunity at life again. I have another opportunity to prove myself again. So if I could be honest, I feel more real than anything. There's people that haven't seen me in a long time that just embraced me, gave me a real hug. Yeah, by not, like, I don't know where you been, but I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad to see you. You look healthy, man. So, but just seeing the fake shit, like the old me would have wigged out. The old me would have been like, nigga, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking. But I'm past that. You feel me? I'm a grown man now. So like when it's fake, I kind of just smile, be like, okay, that's what's up. But I keep my thoughts to myself now, man. I got 2 eyes and 2 ears for a reason. Watch and listen is twice as much as you talk. So
Yeah, it's kind of like you gotta really listen to that voice inside, even though like when people are showing you one thing, your voice is telling you another, and those people mean something to you.
true.
That's a hard one. Yeah, yeah. Um. So did you ever feel like you're coming to somebody to recognize during that time?
During that my hardships.
Yeah, just all the
Yeah, man.
during that presence.
If I could get deep into it, man. I ain't afraid to get deep into this shit. I definitely looked in the mirror one day and didn't recognize who I was, for sure. I lost myself. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't recognize nothing about me. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the drive. I didn't have the motivation. I didn't have the love around me that kept me going. So yeah, I definitely looked in the mirror one day and didn't recognize who I was. And it did get to a point. This is something I ain't even told my mama, bro. So right, it did get to a point where I tried to take myself off the map, man. I definitely tried to hurt myself. You know what I'm saying? And I flatlined, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I overdosed. I flatlined. I woke up in the hospital. So that was another like wake up call, like damn. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get back to the old me, man, because I'm here for a reason. I'm not gone for no reason. So it's like I gotta get back to that. This ain't the way for me. You know what I'm saying? And it got dark though. It got bad.
So it was just like the risk. You just like, man, let's do more on the shit. So I mean, I always like intentional.
I mean, I was sober through all this shit, man. I wouldn't have nothing. It was more so just like, again, feeling like a failure, man. Feeling disappointing, not recognizing that person I used to see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So, and that shit hurt me bad. That shit hurt me real bad. Even from being an artist, a friend, a brother, a father. You know what I'm saying? That shit hit me deep. So it cut deep, man.
What was the turning point?
Uh, Honestly, my turning point, because also I was looking at 8 years in prison. So I wasn't going to get out till I'm 33, 32, 34. You know what I'm saying? So like that shit right there kind of, it fucked me up for a while. But when I realized with my case, without getting into too much detail, when I noticed that I'm going home, I'm going to come back home, that's when I started to see myself again. Now that chance, that opportunity that I took for granted, it's becoming a lot brighter. So, and then within that light, I mean, I see myself. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to chase that. I wanted to get that back. So
Who was on your mind was during them getting locked up?
um like I said, I was looking at 8 years in prison. So uh that feeling was just like, damn, I fucked up.
How old was your daughter?
My chance, huh?
Did you have a daughter?
Good, I have a daughter. She's 5.
She was 5. So did mom tell?
Well, she was 3 at the time. I was gone for 2 years. She's 5 now.
So huh? Pretty hard, huh? Because you owned that.
For sure, for sure. It was probably the hardest shit I ever deal with in my life, just because my kids is everything, and especially my baby girl. So it's like just that feeling of I failed her. That shit cut deep. So ain't nothing but I love my kids. Well, serious.
If you commit to a certain style of life, you have a risk evaluation. What was the biggest, the biggest thing you realized that you were risking at that point?
Time. my freedom, shit, everything I fucking built, worked for myself. Not all that at risk for a paper bill. You know, that shit, you know, shit fucked me up. I ain't lying.
So how's your trust? You with that whole situation, I know it's kind of had a lot to do with trust in individuals. A lot more skeptical now.
For sure, but it's not to the point where like I can't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? I try not to let the shit I've been through in my life poison my soul. Because I carry a good heart sometimes to a fault. And I carry a good soul on me. So I try not to let that poison me or where I start treating people differently. Because that's not fair to a lot of people who actually do care.
Yeah.
So, again, I just try not to let that shit poison my body, brother.
So with that said, with this new music coming out, someone hears your story, your music. What do you want that to do? Like you want,
More than anything, motivator. Just showing people, that there's somebody, in your city that can do it, that look like you, talk like you, dress like you, just being that kind of example, but also being the example of what not to be. Don't have one foot in and one foot out. Don't think you could do this and do this at the same time. Some shit don't mesh together, like you said. So if it's one thing that I want them to take from my story or my music is just to be motivated, man. Be yourself, unapologetically too. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody be you but you.
So just kind of to get into stuff that's more upbeat. When can we expect some new projects coming out?
Oh man, throughout the whole summer, definitely. I'm working on 3 projects right now. Definitely putting myself to fucking work just because I feel like I owe it to myself, I owe it to the city, I owe it to everybody, my kids. So, definitely got some new shit from here on through the summer and shit so on.
There's any local artists you're working with in any of those projects, or is it any?
On those projects, I'm gonna keep it me, just because for the most part, like most of my, when I did decide to do tapes, they were more so collabs. I felt like also like looking back on how I was doing things, I was worried about a lot of togetherness, or worried about him, and over here and all of those dope, and I got to get hit with, instead of, I forgot about myself doing that. I got to I got to take care of me. I'm good first. I got to take care of somebody else if I take care of myself.
So, anything, you told me you're going on a tour, is that right?
Oh, no, for sure.
So which location are you most excited about?
Honestly, man,
Who rocks the most with Mike Jack? Which city?
I've been to a lot of places, bro, but honestly, the craziest energy I finally experienced was Arizona. Arizona is it's party city over here, man. And all they do is party in AZ, man, especially in Phoenix. So going over there, it was just immediate energy, immediate. They don't even know the words to the song, man, but they're rocking. They're fuckable. You know what I'm saying? In a way that I ain't really seen too much other than back home.
What would change this Seattle music industry? Like one thing that could change to really elevate us as a community.
Honestly, like kind of like how you touched on it already, was just support, man. That's always been something everybody's been preaching for years, is just support, support, support. And I've seen it get to a point where I'm looking around like, oh shit, okay, y'all are pushing and supporting more than I've ever seen. So it's not like it's mission impossible. It takes a lot of footwork, it takes a lot of hard work, man. It takes a lot, period. And it's there. It's doable, man. I know the narrative get pushed that, oh, we can't do this or we can't do that or we can't come together on this and that or whoop de whoop. Like on my hit record on that shit again, that shit has over 10 million streams, a million views on the YouTube video. That shit started here. I didn't venture off or go over here and then I did that here. So the fact that I did it here and the people here are the biggest reason why that record got pushed away. It's got pushed. I mean, that shows me there's togetherness and support, but sometimes that's just a hard bar to reach, but it's reachable if you want it that bad.
What would you say to someone that wants, and this mainly deals with the situation you're in now, is why I'm asking you this. Someone who has something they really are passionate about, but they have another thing that's holding them back, how would you get them to not, like, how would you like your music versus, say, I'll just be honest and put other, you got street life and you got your music life. How you convince someone to take that step out of street life?
You kind of got to ask yourself which one creates more longevity. You know what I'm saying? Streets ain't going to lay you back. That's a fact. And never mind. But with the music, you doing something that you love, that's you. You know what I'm saying? In an art form. In a sense, it kind of does, I would say, kind of lay you back, even though it's not a physical thing. It's more so like a, you know, I love what I'm doing. And even if it's for the high price of nothing, I'm smiling ear to ear. So that's why I feel like that's where it gives the love back. If it can make you smile, if it can make you feel like proud of what you just did, for sure. But with the street shit, I would just tell somebody, man, pick something that's gonna create longevity for yourself and know something that you could be proud of when you 50, 60 years old, rocking in your rock chair, talking about old stories, how you did this and that, accomplished this, this, and this. That's more respectable than what a nigga's done to the truth.
What's the next show you're doing? Where can people find your music? And for a new person watching this interview, what's one song that they should go listen to right now to get into your music?
Yeah.
3 things.
All right, good. MIKEJACK3200, you can find that anywhere. The next show that I got planned for sure is gonna be a local show, June 20th. Maybe we still looking for events right now, but that's an easy thing to find to do. Yeah, June 20th, man. That's definitely gonna be the next set date. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have more either before or after, but right now that's the one I got for sure. Here in Seattle, you know, I'm trying to test the people back home, and yeah, bro, that's about it.
Song from a new person, get into your music. What
You want to
song?
find me? You want to get a dose of the Jack, man? Probably the best song I recommend is On That Shit Again, man. That shit's, it made it bigger than just where I'm from. It's bigger than just some local shit. So I touched a lot of places, touched a lot of ears, a lot of people. Like I said, over 10 M's. So that's probably the best one to go to for sure. That's what everybody like.
They like Jack on the track, all shit, he on that shit again. Watch me double back.